That's the one. FIFA, but with cars. Nah, it would never work with it. Are you ready to say goodbye to showering at midnight in the desperate attempt for a game idea that's going to get you a Netflix documentary? There's no ideas. I get my shower on. I still can't think of anything. Just stay by and listen to what I have to share. Right, let's get it out of the way. The big secret is take an already popular game and make a more casual version of it. And it's no some great magical secret that's written in an ancient tome somewhere, you know. It's been going on for 20 plus years, and you could look at a game like World of Warcraft, which took what EverQuest and Ultima Online were already doing and made it more approachable and casual friendly. So yes, this has already been going on, but it's becoming a lot more relevant and important, especially over the last 12 months in my opinion, because we're seeing other games come out and they're taking this to an extreme extent where you only have one or two controls or methods of input in the game. Look at Vampire Survivors, which we like to mention a lot in this channel for some reason. The Vampire Survivors, you could say, is kind of like Diablo and hack and slash games to an extent, mixed with obviously bullet hells like Gungeon, but all you do is walk around and pick what you want to upgrade for that particular run, and the game does everything else for you. The gameplay loop, like the playthrough, only lasts for 30 minutes before you're dead, and that is maybe taking games like Diablo and Path of Exile and saying, what about somebody who can only play it for 30 minutes a day? How are they going to progress? And the answer is very slowly. Maybe there's a market there using the Vampire Survivors approach. Take a look at Islanders as well. So Islanders took the concept of a city builder and condensed it down into place building, get score. There's no disasters, there's no stress. It's just the dopamine rush of increasing your score with each building placement. But the important thing to note is that these games still have a ton of depth to them. You know, you can dip your toes in, you can get wet playing them. Hey, hold on a minute, keep this PG friendly. You can stay at the surface the whole time, but there's also the possibility of, you know, diving in, beginning to min-max things a bit, and seeing what the greater depths of the game has to offer. And I actually see this becoming a massive trend going forward, one that Vampire Survivors has helped to set over the last 12 months, and other games are following it and doing so. So why is this trend of the casual friendly game, or the micro games some are labelling Vampire Survivors and the like, why is it becoming so prevalent these days? Well, I actually think there's quite a lot of justification for this trend occurring. One of them is people in my generation, so people born between the 90s and the 2000s, they're all growing to a point, other parts of their life are starting to take priority and they don't have as much time to sit and endlessly grind away at games every single day. Alongside this, the circumstances of the whole world have been a bit strange over the last couple of years, you know, and now perhaps people need to dedicate time towards building income rather than just burning that time away that they maybe once had. Insert the dire dark music here. As well as these 2 points, our brains are clearly trying to adapt to a world where everything's shouting for your attention and we're being told to look in a million different ways at once. Now I think we're subconsciously acquiring shorter and shorter attention spans, meaning a game with a limited playthrough time where each session lasts 20 or 30 minutes suddenly becomes a wee bit more appealing. You know, and there's been situations in my life as well where I've maybe had a 30-minute window just pop out and I've got nothing to do, but I know in 30 minutes time I need to leave the house or I need to do something else. So I've got this 30 minutes. I mean, I'm not going to tidy the house or do housework. I mean, come on, you know, but in this moment I can't dedicate an hour on Classic Warcraft looking for a group and then doing a dungeon, so I could jump on Vampire Survivors, have a playthrough, and I know that's going to last 30 minutes, or if you're me, it's probably going to last 10 minutes. And I actually view this as the modern equivalent to going into an arcade and putting a couple of pounds in a machine or in a pinball machine. It's kind of like that, but it offers the meta progression as well, and I think it's a really cool way that the market is going. I think it's going to open up a lot more avenues for either solo game developers or very small teams of game developers to dive down. And as a wee side note as well, so Dwarf Fortress actually launched on Steam 2-3 days ago now, and I haven't picked it up myself yet, but I did play it many years ago. Interested to see how that influences the market as well, because it's totally breaking all of its sales predictions. I think it sold the amount of copies it expected to sell in the first 2 months in the first 24 hours, and it looks like it's breaking through that wall where instead of just appealing to gamers of colony sims and simulation games, it's being projected to the whole of Steam, which is brilliant, you know. So maybe there's an avenue to go down there where obviously it's an incredibly deep and complex game, but how much of it can you recreate into a very minimalist approach? That might be an avenue that you or I go down one day. It actually would be really cool. Imagine Dwarf Fortress, but the dragon is going to arrive in 30 minutes, so you've got 30 minutes to prepare your fortress for this massive boss fight that's going to occur. I would play it. Listen, that's all I've got. Thank you everybody for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.